highlighting the Tower Garden by Juice Plus. So today, more than ever, and especially because of COVID, people want to be safe and healthy. Tower Gardens by Juice Plus are filling that need. So good health starts with good habits, like eating wholesome foods. Tower Garden systems let you easily grow your own fresh, nutrient-rich food without soil. The new Tower Garden Home is ideal for indoor gardening, while the Tower Garden Flex is slightly larger and can be used indoors or outdoors. This is a vertical aeroponic growing system that allows you to grow your own fruits and vegetables. In a study at the University of Mississippi, the Tower Garden actually had 30% higher yield of produce and the nutritional equivalents to fruits and vegetables that were grown in soil. Now, the Tower Garden uses air and water to grow the produce. It uses 98% less water than that of a traditional garden. It takes up 90% less space. This soilless method has been proven to help plants and flowers grow faster and more efficiently than traditional gardens. So here are some photos of the Tower Gardens that we own. Frank and Kimberly's Tower Garden is on the left, while my son and husband showed the bounty from ours. We enjoyed many varieties of lettuce, such as Swiss chard and spring mix. We easily harvest it with no need to wash and rinse before eating it. Just pluck it off the vine and you're all set. The Tower Garden is becoming increasingly popular in schools and communities around the country as well. In fact, our son's school has Tower Gardens, and Juice Plus offers free curriculum for teachers as well. So if you're interested in growing your food year-round, please see the person who invited you to this chat. So let's see here. So medical experts say that Thanksgiving is the perfect setup for transmitting and amplifying the COVID-19 virus. We know that the vast majority of transmission is going to be in close contact indoor settings with no masks and poor ventilation. Well, if you cram all your immediate family and friends and extended family under one roof and you're gorging on turkey, you know you can also transmit COVID-19. So Canada celebrated Thanksgiving in October. Canada's public health guidelines for the holiday were, if you don't live under that roof, you shouldn't go into that house. Easy peasy, right? Well, unfortunately, they saw a spike in cases that did point to the holiday. And it's tough because it's a break and it's a time when people want to get together with family members. At this time, I'd like to share a video with some comments from Anthony Fauci, our nation's leading infectious disease expert. And I'm going to do this. New share.
50,000. You can't enter into the cool months of the fall and the cold month of the winter with a high community infection baseline and looking at the map and seeing the heat map, how it lights up with test positivity that is in more than 30 plus states is going in the wrong direction.
I suspect many Thanksgivings are going to look a little bit different this year.
I think they will, Dean McKenzie. I think people are going to have to make a choice of where they fit in the risk-benefit ratio of having someone come in maybe from out of town who's been through a crowded airport to come into a home. Who do you have in the home? Are there vulnerable people? Are there the elderly? Are there people with underlying conditions? I think each family needs to think seriously about that and make a decision based on the level of risk that they want to put themselves through.
So, let's see here. So a lot of your approach and the risk involved will depend on who wants to get together, their age and health, and how much COVID is circulating around you. So here's a few tips to consider for Thanksgiving. And the first one might be to skip a meal. This year, you may not be able to have your pumpkin pie and eat it together too. Something's got to give. If you plan to gather in person, do it without the food since eating requires taking off your masks. Continue with other traditions like sharing verbal thanks around the table, playing board games, or just catching up with each other. Stay close to home. Keep your Thanksgiving plans closer to home this year. It's not really an essential trip, is it? Another tip is to keep it small. Use your digital tools. It's important to realize that Thanksgiving could be a real danger to the very people you so desperately want to see. You could end up passing COVID to Aunt Betty along with the mashed potatoes. So share your meal with just your immediate family and then use video conferencing like Zoom to connect with extended family members. Eat outside. Now, if this is possible, and sometimes it is in the Midwest, but if this is possible because of where you live, try to celebrate the holiday outside and keep your guest list small. And even then, you'll want to follow all the safety guidance from public health officials. Give everyone at least 6 feet of space and wear a mask. How about cracking a window and spreading out? If the weather is already too cold to make an outdoor meal work, perhaps you've got older relatives who are very cold sensitive. You can take steps to reduce risk at an indoor meal. First, wear a mask when you're not eating. Then crack a window. Opening a window every so often will help bring in fresh air and help lower any potential amount of virus in the air. And if you have air purifiers, make sure they're strategically placed. And when choosing which home to go host, who should host, go for the largest. Try to eat in rooms with more doors and windows. Big volume spaces with minimal people are better because there's more volume to mix the virus into. So after hearing all of this and deciding it's best to forgo Thanksgiving with the family, how do you break it to your family? Well, being honest about the difficulty of the decision and the pain it's causing for you and your family is the best way to ask for and hopefully achieve some understanding. Ultimately, you're making this decision to reduce your family's risk of contracting and spreading COVID-19, and it's your way of keeping them safe from harm. So remember, nothing is risk-free. It's better to concentrate on layers of safety. Keeping your hands washed and sanitized is one layer. For example, keeping your distance from other people is another layer. Wearing a mask is another. Limiting travel, yet another. So building more layers of safety between yourself and your loved ones and the virus is the best way to lower everyone's risk of taking home a disease that no one is thankful to have in their lives this year. And so we just wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, even if it may look a little different this year.